Hi there. We all know that there are lots of ways to solve quadratic equations, but sometimes in a drill or a test, your teacher specifies a way. So let's take a look at what to do if your teacher says solve by completing the square. The first thing you want to do is get all of your x terms on one side and all of your just numerical terms on the other. So we'd subtract 7x from both sides, and we'd get that. Next thing, completing the square can only happen when your x squared term has a coefficient of 1. So on this side of the equation only, we want to factor this 2 out of both terms. Now, I want you to note how I wrote this next line. I factored 2 out of each of these terms, and then I left a space in the parentheses. Now, on the other side, I know I'm going to need to add what goes in this space, but what I'm really adding is 2 times what goes in this space. So my hack is right away on the other side, I write plus 2 times, and then I leave open a space. That way there's no way I'm going to forget to multiply by 2. Now, if you've never completed the square before, go check out this video. Otherwise, we go ahead and follow our steps of divide by 2, then square it, and that goes in both these places. Now, I left my divide by 2 here so I don't have to work so hard on my next step, because my next step is to rewrite this as the perfect square I just created it to be, and this is the last term of that binomial, and the square root of my first term, or x, is my first term. I need to bring down that 2, and then over on this side, I can start to consolidate things. So that's negative 16 plus 32, or 16. And now I have done the completing the square part, so now all that's left is solve. So I use inverse operations. I'm trying to get x by itself, so first thing in the way is this 2 being multiplied, so I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and that leaves me with. Now this next step is where students tend to lose their mind, but here's the gig. If we are squaring on this side, to get rid of it, we square root both sides. Don't you dare expand that out, you'll be in trouble. The other thing to remember is when we square root, we get our plus or minus. We could go ahead and simplify that. If you're not sure how I got that, take a look at this video. Otherwise, let's continue by adding 4 to both sides. And that right there is solving by completing the square. All right, take a look at these other videos. Consider subscribing to my channel so you know when I put out a new video. And as always, keep on mathing.